Way back there.
I have two quick questions. What's the roommate guy from? I didn't quite get that. And was the Nike thing a product placement?
No, we had to.
Can I answer the Nike question? We wish.
We got a bunch of sneakers from Nike, I think, but no, it was this. The sneakers were written into it. I don't think they were specifically Nikes in the script. They had to be specific to shoot. And he went into, as diabetics do, they go into a sugar shock sometimes, and then he injected himself with insulin. And what happens sometimes is you inject too much. And so that's what happened.
And then he died later. That's what I was.
Well, that apparently happens sometimes as well. That after, if you're very wobbly and it's a lot of stress on the heart. Being a diabetic in general is, and they released him early,
One of the amazing rays of light kind of in the movie was this woman who comes and kind of brightens up your life. But you chose very succinctly to have them not together at the end. What was kind of behind that, and how do you think it contributed to the feeling of the movie?
well, I'm sure it's a little bit more of a downer that they don't end up together. But I think it would have been, just mechanically a little bit forced if we had. And also, I think it's more powerful emotionally for him to change because he loses everything, as opposed to him getting rewarded by the director and writer. That's the way it's done. In a way, his emotional change comes out of loss, and out of that comes the sort of realization to treasure what he has. So that was the reason.
How did you decide to film in Louisiana? And then how long was the whole process? How long did it take to film? How long did it take to edit? And then what happens next from here?
Okay. We shot it very. It took a while. It took a while to get the money. It probably took the longest. Once we had the money and we were set to shoot, it was a very quick pre-production as low budget movies can be, and we shot it in 21 days.
Shreveport specifically, whenever you're making an independent film, you always try to get the biggest bang for your buck, and certain states have pretty strong incentive programs, like New Mexico and Louisiana. And we actually had a financier from Vancouver, and we were going to set to do the movie in Vancouver, and the money fell apart. So at the last minute, it's actually the University of Virginia graduate, one of our producers, Anthony, that has a production services company in Shreveport. And we called him. He's like, we need to put this together quickly, and they have very strong incentives there. So, it's sort of it's a fable. It's meant to be anywhere, and so we could take advantage of the location, and there's a strong enough crew base that we were able to put money back into the movie through the rebate. So that's our report.
The hard part was making Senegal out of mowed cotton field.
And we have a distributor too. You said, where does it go now?
Oh yeah, Magnolia is a very good company that picked it up, and it's being released January 8th.
I have a question for Mr. Broderick.
Sorry, the woman behind you.
Thanks. I really enjoyed the film. This is about what is the right kind of entertainer for children, my question. Mr. Broderick, I know you have kids. I don't know if you guys do, but is Ben Singer in some ways like an ideal children's entertainer, say compared to like Barney? Just because
He's definitely better than Barney.
Right. Do you guys want your kids to listen to someone like Ben Singer?
in general, I mean, in all artistic endeavors, I think you should separate, and in politics too, the person from what he does. So I don't think it wouldn't bug me as a parent unless my kid read newspaper articles about it. But just the music is separate. And also, by the time you sing at the end, he's changed. I don't know. How do you feel? I don't have any strong opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really get to hear how he performs for children very much, but I assume he's good. He's of the Dan Zanes mold, you know, the more slightly sophisticated than Barney, maybe. But I like Barney. I'm damn tired of beating up Barney.
Question for Mr. Broderick. So you've done movies that were big budgets with a lot of money, and then movies that are small budgets.
Where are you going? A lot of interesting things to say. Right now.
If there are, so I was wondering if there are some advantages or things that you like about doing a small budget movie, or is having more money always better?
I think more is better, but I think in reality, no, it's good. The small movies, you tend to, there's a little less interference usually, and this movie particularly, I think, suits its size. You know, it's not like a cheap version of itself. It's a small story, and it suits the amount that it took. Also, sometimes having less forces you to have better ideas. You know, if you can't, sometimes by compromising and having to give something up, you come up with something better. I don't know why that is, but you know, it's a challenge that can sometimes be good. But I do like the bigger trailer. More pay. I like more pay.
Well, in the film business, it's getting harder and harder to make movies like this. Even since we've made this, there's real downward pressure on budgets for independent films and for actors and for producers and for jobs too. It's helpful to be able to do a bigger movie, but then you do a movie like this, and everyone gets to stretch themselves. Like this type of material, no studio would make this small of a movie. The upside's not big enough. They want Harry Potter or The Proposal, and which are all great movies. So, and an actor really gets to do. I mean, Matthew's amazing in this film. And he wouldn't be able to get to do this type of role in the traditional studio movie. So just creatively, for us as people working in the creative field, it's really gratifying. You know, John Huston apparently once said, and I use this because you do one for love and one for money. And it's just the reality these films aren't particularly lucrative to make, but you know, it's something we're proud of, and it's a story we'll want to tell.